Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, July the 12th. Welcome to Nakut World Inclusion. I'm your host, Sean Ferguson. And for today's message, we are going to discuss about Nolan Wells and the part that he was murdered. Now, um, as you can understand, Um, also, I do apologize. I don't have enough lighting in a room, so you guys might have to bear with me in dark a little bit. But um, I'm just going to share something with you guys um, because this is something I've seen a lot, hundreds and hundreds of time. Um, you know, I I experienced this, not the death part, but I've been through like, being hurt by like your friends or being betrayed by your friends, things like that. Um I will say that I can understand it's hard to trust people even after you got to know them and you know them very well and you've been friends with them for like many of years or something like that. Sometimes, pretty much every 5 years, people do change. A lot of people do change. It could be better or it could be worse. um, People do change, but in this situation, my advice for you guys dealing with this situation is be careful who you hang out with because next thing you know, they could turn around and stab you in the back, like what happened to Nolan Wells. See, they went on a trip, the boating trip. And this is something that um, I remember what my family member was telling me. And this was back in the day, and yes, race was involved in it as well. Um, so here's my advice. You know, when you see somebody who's not like you, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Just be careful. Now, the one thing that my family member did tell me is they told me you never want to hang out with them out in the woods, and you should never hang out with them out on a boating trip. And also, you should never hang out with them out in the alley. If you want to hang out with people, make sure that you hang out with people out in public so everybody can see what's going on. Because if you don't, you can end up being killed or murdered like Nolan Wells did. That's my number one advice that I would give to you guys. Secondly, um, my condolences to Nolan Wells and his family. Nobody shouldn't gone through that at all. Nobody should see their son killed. And I believe those four boys have something to do with it. I mean, I know that for a fact because they deleted their social media or put it on private. Their family put it on private. which kind of tells me that they are responsible for their friends. They have something to do with it. Now, I've been hearing that allegedly he's been arguing with his friends and they took his phone away. And when they took his phone away, um, I'm guessing they wouldn't give it back. And allegedly, what I was hearing from doing all the research and going through all different types of social media, allegedly it sounds like they were out drinking and giving them some sort of substance that I guess that really knocked them out or that killed them. And I'm guessing, they throw them out in the water somewhere. So that's what my opinion of what happened is. But nobody shouldn't go through nobody shouldn't go through death like that. He was a Nolan Wells was a star athlete. I think he was going to go to Division 1 or Division 2 college. He was a wide receiver. He was going to do great for himself. He had a good chance to put himself out for the NFL. But because of what happened, it's just pretty messed up. But yeah, just make sure. My advice to all of you guys, doesn't matter what color you are. My advice is don't hang out with your friends out in the woods or out in in the out in the boating trips. And especially don't hang out with people out in the alley. Especially the black community. You should never hang out with your friends. Also, don't go to sleepovers either. Um, because I remember I heard the black lady went to a sleepover to uh the lady's house, and they're all white, and basically, they tip her over the ledge or something like that, or allegedly they say she hung herself, and usually we don't do that. So my thing is, those lady killed her, and cops will not do anything about it to investigate it. They usually like leave it alone and not worry. So so yeah, that's my advice to you guys. It's so sad to see all of that. But yeah, I'll like I said, just be careful who you hang out with. That's all I'm saying. Just be careful who you guys hang out with. Um, Especially black people. Now, I'm not trying to make it all about race, but in a way, it is about race. So I'm just going to put it out there. Everything is about race. So for the black community, I just need you to listen to me. I know, this channel is for a special needs channel, but also it helps with kids or with adults who has special needs that are black, because I've seen this a lot throughout history. So my advice to you is don't have sleepovers. Don't go to sleepovers, especially if they're all white and you're the only black person there. You should never do that. Two, don't hang out all out in the woods because they'll get you out in the woods, and then next thing you know, they'll come out and shoot you and kill you. I've seen this happen way too many times. You should never hang out with people out in the woods. Number three, don't hang out with any of like white friends out on a boating trip because next thing you know, they either put something in your drink or they will, you know, kick you off the boat and have you swim for your life and basically have you drowned. And so they'll kill you that way. Number four, don't hang out with them out in the alley because if you do and nobody's there, they could easily like kill you or whatnot, and they can like throw you in the trash can or do whatever. Those are the four things that you should never hang out with them in those four areas. So those four areas. Um, but yeah, it's tragic to see him dead. Um, and I feel I feel sorry for Nolan Wells' family. But yeah, um, it's it's terrible to see that, but you know it happens in histories a lot. I see when